morning, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy, and hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Friday, August 26th, and of course I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse, and then you can follow me there as well. And of course, if you'd like to connect, you can go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information at contactlarry.com. Hey, just a reminder, if you're watching online, please hit that like button. Please hit that share button. A couple of people I want to say thanks for sharing. Of course, we have Peter who shares it quite often. We also have Barbara who shares it quite often. So thank you guys. And if you're sharing it, I didn't mention your name. Just put down I share it too, and I promise I will thank you as well. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. And you can also find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify. So please go there and subscribe as well. Don't forget, you can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. A couple of people saying hi already. We got Betsy, and we got Tom, and we got my lovely wife, Linda. Everybody's saying, and Betsy, look at it. She says, well, good morning, Larry. I'm actually surprised some of you guys are still watching me after yesterday. I don't know, I got blasted on Facebook. We're going to get into that in a little while. Got a couple other people saying hi, like Carl, going from Romania. I appreciate that, Carl. Thanks for watching. We got my brother Seth, and we got David and James. All right. So on today's show, of course, we're going to be going through the recap and the update. And, of course, you know, I think maybe we should continue discussing the student loan stuff, because why not? It seems to be the most popular thing in the news. But let's talk about Biden's powers and whether he has the power to do it. That's going to be interesting. We're going to be talking about California banning cars. We're going to be talking about T-Mobile and SpaceX, and of course, more Trump saga. Hey, don't forget, Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling. And you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn more about real estate investing. You'll learn about stock options trading. I'm going to tell you, right now is the time to learn about real estate investing. If you don't know real estate investing, now is the time. The market is shifting. Greatest time for real estate investors to pick up some really good bargains. So go to investorschooling.com. Hey, by the way, I have a question for you. Do you know someone who would really enjoy this show? Maybe, I don't know, maybe for the great market advice, maybe for the comedic parodies, or maybe just to yell at me because I like student loan forgiveness. Who knows? But please share the show by clicking the share button and sharing it directly to your page. Again, I want to thank the people who have been sharing it, and if you haven't been sharing it, please share it. You can also share it in groups as well and help your friends learn how to make more money and maybe even get a laugh in the morning. All right, let's talk about what's going on and what happened yesterday. Yesterday wasn't a bad day. It was pretty nice. It started off a little slow, but then it rallied. The Dow closed up about 322 points, and the S&P closed up about 58, and the Nasdaq was up about 208. It wasn't bad when you consider that the start of the week had a massive drop on Monday. You know, we still haven't quite come back completely, but if I'm right today, it'll bring it all back. It looks like two of the Chinese stocks led the board yesterday, with JD and Beto both moving up nicely. So what's happening right now is the Chinese stocks, they're all under the fear of being delisted. So there's a possibility they're all going to be delisted if the Chinese government doesn't allow the SEC to open up their books to the SEC to see if they're legit. So there's a lot of things going on. The companies want to have their books open, but the Chinese government isn't allowing them. So there's rumor that they may allow them, and that's why some of these stocks are moving up. You may even want to look at Alibaba as well, and you may even see that as well. All right, Dollar Tree and Salesforce were the big losers yesterday. Dollar Tree had a terrible earnings report. Really bad. I don't understand that. But the company blamed the consumers for buying lower margin items. Lower margin items? The price of the items are $1 or maybe $1.25. Aren't all the items lower margin? I don't know. Anyway, I would have expected this company to do really well. With all of the talk of recession and the people making less and spending less, it was kind of a surprise to me. But I guess it wasn't alone as a loser, by the way. Peloton had a terrible earnings report, along with Abercrombie and Fitch. Does anyone actually shop at Abercrombie and Fitch anymore? I mean, I can't see this as a stock to invest in, especially with malls emptying and closing. Anyway, Peloton is almost at single digits, which was my prediction about 6 months ago. If you were watching the show about 6 months ago, Peloton was in the 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s or whatever it was, and I said it was going to go down to single digits, and it's just above 10. By the way, though, actually now Peloton might be a good speculation play. I believe a buyout from Amazon is coming shortly. Amazon just agreed to sell their products on Amazon.com, and that's a major change in the business model of Peloton, who up until now only sold their product from their own website. Peloton is a hurting company with an unsustainable business model. Look, the home fitness business benefited from the scamdemic, but no matter how fancy the stationary bike is, it still turns into a clothes hanger over time. Bed Bath & Beyond was also in the news. This is weird. The company is going to release their turnaround plan. The company's been hurting for some time now. I didn't even understand this one either. I'm actually surprised they're not even closed. And if you actually remember, here's the funny part. They actually started going downhill right about the time they stopped selling My Pillow by Mike Lindell. You know the old saying, right? Go woke, go broke. Of course, the Fed statement is all in the news today. Although Powell won't officially announce the rate change today, his remarks will set the tone for either a 50 or 75 basis point increase. His words and the commitment to reducing inflation will be the story today. I expect the market to jump, and I expect him to say the same old blah, 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 we have to fight inflation. Wall Street is hoping that Powell gives a clue to whether he will lower rates once inflation is tamed. It's very unlikely that he will do so, and frankly, he shouldn't. Listen, rates should have been rising since 2016. I never understood this. All right, let's take a look at the futures. Let's see what the market's going to bring, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Biden and the student loans again. Right now, the Dow is down 64, the S&P is down 13, and the NASDAQ is down 60. It's not a big deal. I actually think, like I said, I think it's going to be a really good day. Real quick, I want to say hello to a couple of people who have joined us, and it looks like we've got David and James watching on YouTube, and Lucas watching on YouTube. Thank you. We got Glenn and Jose and Mark and Charles. Hey, did you guys share this yet? Go share this. I want you to share it right now, especially because I'm going to get into this student loan thing again. And since everybody hates me after yesterday with all the comments on Facebook, I need to bring this up. I think it's important for you guys to know this next topic, which is Biden and his powers and how he did this. And this is going to be really interesting. All right, but, all right, let's talk about it. Like I said, I hate to keep bringing up the topic, but it's the top of the news, and it keeps getting deeper and deeper. As you know, Biden just released a statement saying he was going to forgive $10,000 to $20,000 of student loans for the borrowers of these loans. In my detailed report yesterday, and by the way, if you haven't seen this, you want to go back and see it, mostly for the information. The data is really important. I'm telling you everything there is to know about the forgiveness and the changes in student loans, which are bleak. They really need to do much more, and that's part of why I am a big advocate for the forgiveness, not because of the forgiveness, but because the student loans are the biggest ripoffs on the planet. But if you want to go watch that report, it's really good. It'll tell you everything you need to know about student loans. But anyway, in the student loan forgiveness report yesterday, I mentioned that I wasn't sure how he had the power to forgive the loans, and apparently I'm not the only one questioning this. Okay, first of all, for those who think I changed sides when I said I'm for student debt relief, I want to first say that my statement isn't about politics or that I like the idiot in the White House. It's about how 17 and 18-year-olds were ripped off by being forced to sign a document that makes them an indentured servant for 15 to 30 years. That's my problem with student loans. My thought on loan forgiveness stems from many years of watching this current student loan system destroy lives and having it cause the enormous increase in college education costs. The whole student loan system is the problem. That loan is guaranteed to be paid unless the borrower dies. That's the problem I have with it. So when there's an opportunity to help some of the people with the burden of this predatory loan, I'm all for it. So please understand, that's where my why I like this. All right, do I believe that Biden did this for personal gain and because of the midterms? Of course he did. Do I think it's unfair? Of course I do, and I said that yesterday in my report. But if you really want your blood to boil, this student loan forgiveness, you ready for this? Is being granted under the emergency power enacted under the COVID scamdemic. I wondered how he was able to do this, And that's how he's doing it. First of all, I can't believe that these emergency powers are still in place. And second, what the hell does forgiving student loans have to do with a pandemic that ended a year ago anyway? Well, for all of you fans of law and all of you who are angry with the student loan forgiveness, it's possible it will be challenged in court. But here's the problem. Who will challenge it? If you're a Republican senator, would you challenge it right before midterms? Yeah, most of your conservative base would want you to challenge it. We would all want you to challenge it if this is how Biden is going to abuse his powers as president. But the political ramifications would be the bigger problem. Don't forget this loan forgiveness affects anyone with a student loan, Democrats or Republicans. So if a Republican challenges this, he may lose some of his base because the people like getting something for nothing. As for me, I said several times, I'd like the burden of these predatory loans to be removed from the public, but not if Biden gets away with abusing his powers. So who's going to step up and challenge this? Will you? I don't know. Let's take a break here, and when we come back, I'm going to deep dive into some other cool stuff. We'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to welcome you back to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And of course, you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse on Spotify. Like and subscribe there. So if you have Spotify, everybody should have Spotify. You can get it for free. If you have Spotify, just look up Money Chat Now, and of course, you can get the segments there. And if you'd like to connect with me, please go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. So if you want to yell at me for liking student loan forgiveness for different reasons than everyone else, you can go to contactlarry.com and you can yell at me. Hey, there you'll find all my social media connections, my email, and my text message information. That's contactlarry.com. Hey, by the way, I also want to remind everyone that we're having an amazing one-day event on September 17th. It's an all-day event featuring some of the most brilliant minds in business, including Hannah Kessler, the single millionaire chick, Chris Noggle, the money multiplier, Bill Walsh, the rainmaker, and myself, Larry Steinhouse, the host of Money Chat Now and the CEO of Investor Schooling. It's an in-person event, so you want to be there, and the tickets are selling fast. Go get yours now at 4mmw.com. That's the number 4mmw.com. All right, real quick, I'm going to say hello to a couple people who joined us. A whole bunch of people joined us, looks like. It looks like Seth, my brother. Hey, Seth, I hope you're back and enjoying Florida. How's the weather out there? We got David, we got James, and we got Lucas watching. Both of these guys are watching from YouTube. I appreciate it. Also, Jose watching from YouTube. We have Glenn, and we have Mark, and Charles, and Mike, and Peter. And Peter, I thank you always for sharing this. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And, of course, we have Bill and Art. And if you guys could share this right now, I really appreciate you guys sharing it. And this way your friends could learn some cool stuff that I'll be talking about. All right, so far, of course, we've been discussing the market, and right now the Dow is down 58. It's actually starting to come back. That's nice. The S&P is down 12, and the NASDAQ is down 55. We talked about Biden's student loan powers, and how he did this was the emergency powers over COVID, and I'm furious over that. I know I'm bipolar, I guess. I mean, I'm very happy that these guys are going to get some student loan forgiveness, but how he did this, that infuriates me. All right, We also have coming up, we have California banning cars. Oh, unbelievable. We have T-Mobile and SpaceX, and of course we have more Trump saga, and then we have today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that like button? Come on, hit that like button. Everybody hit the like button right now. If you like the show, just hit the like button so I know you like it. And also hit the share button so you can share it with your friends. Hey, leave me a comment. Say hi if you haven't already. We have a lot of new listeners. I noticed yesterday we had a lot of new listeners. So if you're new to the show, listening to the show, just type in hi, type in good morning, just anything, just so I know you are watching. It's the only way I know you're watching while the show is live. Please share it as well, of course. And don't forget to order my new book called Money Hacks. And by the way, if you've ordered the book, and I appreciate you guys leaving the comments on Facebook, I really do. That's really sweet. You guys are like leaving pictures of the book and leaving comments. I really appreciate that. But also, please leave a review on Amazon. That way, other people will know how great it is. All right, let's talk about California. Well, the communist state of California has officially banned the sale of gas-powered cars to be effective in 2035. That means in 13 years from now, you won't be able to buy a car with an internal combustion engine. They will all have to be alternate fuel or electric-powered cars. I gotta tell you, I am so glad that Governor Newsom was so gracious to give Californians ample time to find a new country to live in. If the Californians like the weather, they will probably migrating to the country, the country on the East Coast called Florida. That's right, country, not state. Florida is what's left of this great country, and California is what this country fought against in wars. The freaking idiots in California think that banning gas-powered cars will save their state. Country, that is, from the dreaded climate change that Californians blame for wildfires and droughts. Really? By the way, speaking of wildfires, has anyone seen what happened when a Tesla crashes and the battery compartment is compromised? Now, that's a wildfire. When you put water on the battery fire, it's like putting gasoline on a regular fire, only the battery fire burns hotter. I bet the sun was formed by a bunch of lithium battery vehicles all crashing into each other. Hey, maybe the Big Bang was a traffic accident after all. Well, anyway, the idiot Newsom will be banning the gas-powered cars. So this is my advice to you. Buy all the gas-powered cars you can and store them in a warehouse. They're going to be very valuable when this happens. The people of California and their other dumbass people who actually believe that they're saving the planet by having electric cars aren't going to be able to drive those cars when the electric grid crashes because of how much it takes to charge those cars. Does anybody even think anymore? Well, the ban goes in effect in 2035, so if you're in California, you have plenty of time to move, and of course, if you stay, you'll still be able to buy gas-powered cars in neighboring states. Like oil that we can't drill for in the United States, but we can buy it from those drilling in other countries. Unbelievable. Oh, by the way, if you're going to buy a gas-powered vehicle and store it in the garage for when the rest of the country can't use their cars because the electrical grid is down, make sure you buy an older model that has no GPS and no computer guided systems because you don't want them turning off your car by remote control. Hey, can someone get my tinfoil hat? All right, let's talk about T-Mobile and SpaceX. Carl from Romania says says California is a bad country. I love it. That's great. All right, Elon Musk is back in the news with a new idea to help more people get better cell phone service. Did you know that Elon Musk has 2,800 Starlink satellites in orbit right now? 2,800. Now, first of all, you need to know that there are a total of 4,550 satellites in orbit around the planet. So from all the people who put satellites in the entire orbit, there are 4,550, and Elon Musk has 2,800 of them. Yes, I think I definitely need my tinfoil hat at the moment. That number is amazing. But it's not as amazing as the plan to have 42,000 satellites in orbit owned by Musk. Talk about a space traffic jam. Holy cow. All right, anyway, Musk is already using the satellites to pioneer cell phone service for those who have trouble getting cell service in certain areas. In the partnership with T-Mobile and Starlink, T-Mobile will use Starlink satellites that SpaceX will launch over the next year to provide connections to U.S. consumers using wireless spectrum controlled by T-Mobile. The company said that they plan to start with a test of text messaging services in select markets before the end of 2023, and would be doing that in rural areas. The goal of the partnership is to provide voice and data services anywhere, regardless of cell towers, allowing areas that were not yet reached by wireless networks to get service. That would include places where cellular signals can't reach, such as the middle of a national park or a large body of water. Right now, the concept has limited speed and applications. It will be very rudimentary and used for just voice or text messaging until the technology evolves to be the full spectrum of services that we're accustomed to here on the earthbound systems. It's basically going to be archaic, but have you ever tried to make a phone call in the middle of the ocean? Soon you'll be able to make that phone call using this system. I think that's pretty cool. So that's kind of a neat thing, right? All right. Let's get into some more Trump saga. So the Trump Mar-a-Lago raid is once again in the news. Hey, look, unless you were living under a rock, or maybe you were living in Romania, I don't know, maybe Carl knows about this. If you were living in Iraq the past month, you probably know, if you weren't living in Iraq, that is, you probably know that Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago was raided and searched. The excuse to raid and search his residence was to retrieve confidential papers that Trump may have been storing illegally. The debate on whether these papers were taken illegally or whether he had the right to take them or not is really something else. And who knows if the raid was all about that or if it was really for a more nefarious purpose. And we're going to find out. But today we're going to get another clue as the minds of the people who okayed this raid. Basically, what's going to happen is a federal magistrate is going to has actually ordered a redacted version of the affidavit used to obtain a search warrant for former President Trump, and that warrant was again to raid his house, and that's going to be unsealed today. So the affidavit will have sensitive information in it. So those parts, as you know, the important and juicy stuff, basically are going to be redacted. So bottom line, that we will really have no more information in this release of information than we have now. The information will still be hidden from us, and that's basically what's going to happen. You want to know what I want to see, though? I bet you guys all want to see this too, right? I'd like to see the security camera footage that Trump has. If you didn't know, Trump has security cameras in and around his home, and the FBI asked that they be turned off during the raid. However, Trump and his attorney refused to turn them off. I want to see that footage. So look for the affidavit to be released today. I might even turn on CNN just to hear their evil spin on the non-information that'll be released today, but nothing big is going to happen. I wouldn't worry about it. All right. Anyway, by the way, speaking of cars, Linda and I are going to be in the new town on Sunday at the car show. So if you like old cars and people sitting in lawn chairs behind their old cars, you might want to stop by. The event is being held by the Newtown Business Association and will be there from about 9 to 3. And we also donated an iPad to be given away at the event. So stop by, look at the cool cars, stop by, say hi. And don't forget to also sign up for the Money Multiplier on September 17th. Go to 4MMW to go there to sign up for that. So that's 4MMW to sign up. And, of course, we'll see you hopefully at the car show. All right, let's take a break here. We'll see you guys in about a minute. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on BarnesandNoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to BarnesandNoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. By the way, if you'd like to be a sponsor on this show, your name and product would be delivered to hundreds of loyal listeners and watchers of this show. And as you know, we're expanding our base every day. And if you'd like to get your product or service out to my audience and help this show stay on the air, I would love to have you as a sponsor. Just reach out via Messenger or send me an email to LarrySteinhouseShow@gmail.com. That's LarrySteinhouseShow@gmail.com. And by the way, did you know we have a Spotify channel? Hey, go to the channel, Spotify, and subscribe to the channel, and you can listen there, and you can listen to all the reports, including yesterday's report on the student loan, and today's report on the student loan, and the day before's report on the student loan, and the day before that's report on the student loan. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, so far, of course, right now the Dow is, let's see where we got. We got the Dow is actually coming back. It's minus 33. The S&P is minus by 8.5, and the Nasdaq is down about 42. So that's not bad. It's starting to catch up. We're going to get to that in a little while. And then, of course, we also talked about California banning cars. We talked about Biden's student loan powers, and I don't believe he has the power to do it. And, of course, more Trump saga. Coming up, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button yet? Come on, everybody. Hit that like button. Even if you hit it before, hit it again. Tell all your friends about the show. Let them know it's both entertaining and educational. And share it. All right, let's talk a little bit about what's going on. So, I don't know. It doesn't look so good so far. The Dow is down a little bit. It was down a lot more a little while ago. So could the stock option sultan be wrong on today? Perhaps, but the movement I expect isn't going to happen until Powell starts speaking. The investors are nervous right now, and they believe that the tone of the message from Powell is bad. If they believe the message is bad, the market will tank. And on the other hand, if the tone is good, the market will pop. As far as I'm concerned, he isn't going to say anything different than he's already said. So I expect the market to pop. But don't be fooled. Money's going to be a drop if it pops today. There aren't many things to look for today. I like Meta if it goes below 160, but it probably won't happen today. Carnival in the low 9s is also a good play, and I believe it'll hit 12 in the next 2 weeks. I still can't believe it's below 15. In fact, I need 16.5 by October to break even on a couple of stock option plays I have. Maybe wishful thinking. Apple would also be nice below 160. Apple has been on a tear lately, and if it goes to 183, it becomes the $3 trillion company again. Can you imagine the people? By the way, think about this, right? Can you imagine the people we could feed if we stopped using iPhones? Tell that to your liberal friends. All right, we're heading into the weekend, and Friday always brings craziness. So that's basically what's going to happen. Hey, if you're scared and you don't know what to do, call the stock option sultan. Meanwhile, hold your cash. All right. Listen, guys, I am way out of time. I kept talking. Isn't that great? All right. So you guys have a really great weekend. And don't forget, as always, make it a profitable day.